Multiple shots fired. Back now!
The people that were committing violence, the people who are looting, the people who are smashing windows, that's not protesting. That's criminal conduct.
That's the gas.
I join Michael's parents in asking anyone who protests this decision to do so peacefully. Let me repeat Michael's father's words. Hurting others or destroying property is not the answer.
No!
Violence doesn't solve anything, and if we're going to have real change in this community, it's going to take all of us working together.
For more on this now, let's bring in Yamiche Alcindor, USA Today national breaking news reporter. She is live in Ferguson, Missouri. I know you spent a lot of time with Michael Brown's family. Have they commented to you about how they feel about all of this destruction in their town?
No, I haven't talked to them about what happened last night, but I imagine that they're heartbroken because they asked over and over and over again for peace, and obviously last night there was a lot of violence. So I think that the family is probably very disappointed because, again, in all the conversations I've had with them, they've urged for peace.
Yeah, you had some heartrending descriptions of the reaction of the family when they found out that there was not going to be an indictment, but they have been very profound in asking that people channel their energies into some positive way and not the kind of destruction we saw last night.
That's exactly right. I was in the hotel room when Leslie McSpadden got the news that Officer Darren Wilson was not going to be facing any charges. No matter how you sit on this issue, I think a mother's pain is something that's very relatable to a lot of people. And this was a mother who was screaming and crying and who left the room very quickly after hearing that. So she was very, very upset. It was very heartbreaking to watch her. So either way, whatever you think about this decision, this mother is really heartbroken. And I think she's probably even more heartbroken at the fact that people are now, people were violent in her son's name in some ways.
Yeah. The prosecutor, when he announced the results, the grand jury's decision not to indict, made it very clear that there was evidence of a struggle inside the police car, that shots were fired inside the police car, that Michael Brown's blood was found inside the police car. What does Michael's mother have to say about that?
I think Michael's mother really wanted this to go through the criminal justice process. I think those facts that you named, the fact that there was a struggle in the car, the fact that his blood was found in the car, those were things that we knew through the autopsy report. So those were not things that we learned last night. So I think this mother really wanted the criminal justice system to go through and not to just be, to just have no charges. I think if a jury, I think she really wanted a jury to decide that she really wanted a trial where people could really look at this evidence, where people could testify in open court. So I think that while that evidence is there, I think this mother is saying that she needs to know more. And I think she's maintained that her son was shot with his hands up. She says that he was murdered.
Yeah. But again, the prosecutor said that the most credible witnesses didn't see it that way. Didn't see Michael Brown with his hands up. That he was apparently attacking the police officer. At least that was the decision of the grand jury. But given the violence, given the strong emotion that has come out in Ferguson as a result of all this, is anyone surprised that there would be people who wouldn't want to testify in open court?
I think people are surprised because even though fear is not a reason not to get on the stand. It's not something that you can say, I'm scared to get on the stand, especially in this community where this case means so much to so many people. And I think while people are burning down stores and people were looting in some ways, people weren't attacking people from what I could see. I didn't see anybody that was punched in the face. I was on the street as a lone reporter, as a female, all night. No one attacked me. I didn't feel in danger at all. So I think that while people may have had some concerns about testifying in open court, I think that this mother really wanted her day in court.
But there are people demanding justice, but it seems like only if justice means criminal charges filed against the police officer. What if there was? Well, go ahead.
I agree. I think that justice for this community meant that there was going to be charges against that police officer, and that then there was going to be a trial, and that then people would be able to say, okay, well, people saw all the evidence in open court, and now we can say that at least there was a trial. But I agree with you. There were people here that that's the only justice that they understand. Of course, as you know, there are people that support Darren Wilson. There are people that say justice was served because the system worked as it should have in this case. So there are people that, of course, also agree with Darren Wilson's family and are having really a sigh of relief in some ways because they think that justice was served last night.
Well, we thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and as well as your photos with us. We know you spent some time with Michael Brown's family last night. Yamiche Alcindor from USA Today. We appreciate your time today. Thanks.